Get the latest Zacks research, analysis, and rankings on exchange-traded funds in Exploring ETFs. Time now to take a look at some top country ETFs for 2013 with Meena Mishra, who is our ETF Research Director here at Zacks. Happy New Year to you.
To you as well, thank you.
Thank you. So let's just start with your global outlook for this year. And how you feel the emerging markets are going to fare versus the already developed markets.
Sure. I expect the U.S. economy to continue on its muddle-through growth path, and I expect the Eurozone, most of the Eurozone, to continue to be in a recession, and I expect better performance from the emerging markets this year. Both China and India seem to be bottoming out, and they are going to post a much better economic performance this year compared to the last year, and whereas Brazil is going to continue to struggle.
Okay. So which countries then have the most upside potential in your view?
I like some of the smaller countries in Southeast Asia and in Latin America. In particular, Philippines and Indonesia in Southeast Asia, and Mexico and Colombia in Latin America. And these countries share some common characteristics. They have a high level of domestic consumption, which kind of insulates them from the global economic headwinds. So they are maintaining their strong growth despite all global issues. They have a favorable political environment and a nice investment climate. So
interesting. It's a very interesting take. You've outlined, 4 countries here now, right? First one being Mexico.
Yes. The growth story here, one of the main drivers of growth story here is the shifting of manufacturing operations from China and some other Asian countries to Mexico, because according to some studies, the wages in Mexico, when adjusted for productivity, are somewhat lower than those in China. And plus, because of the proximity to US, the manufacturers can ship the goods at a much cheaper cost and much faster to the US. And the goods coming from Mexico also enter the US duty-free due to NAFTA. And the new administration led by President Nieto, they have proposed some very significant reforms which could further accelerate the growth in the country. And the investors can access the Mexican equity markets using the ETF, our shares MSCI Mexico ETF. It has a Zacks ETF rank of 1 or strong buy.
Okay. Second country that you've outlined for us is Colombia.
Yes. Colombia was earlier known for all drug violence and all crime. But in recent years, because of all the reform measures taken by the government, the security environment has improved, and it has become one of the top destination for foreign investors. And all 3 top rating agencies now have investment grade rating on Colombia.
I see.
There are 2 ETFs which can be used for accessing the Colombian equity markets. The Global X Colombia ETF, the ticker is GXG.
Okay.
It has a Zacks rank of 1 or strong buy. And the second one is Market Vectors Colombia ETF. The ticker is COLX, and it has a Zacks rank of 2 or buy.
Okay. Then there's the Philippines.
Yes.
What's going on there?
Philippines, what I like about Philippines is that the country has a large, educated, young population who can speak English, and that is why it is emerging as a top BBU destination. It is proving as a tough competitor to India in that field. And then the political environment is also very good. The current president, Nieto, has been, and his administration has been very effective in tackling corruption and tax evasion in the country. There is iShares MSCI Philippines Market Index ETF. The ticker is EPHE. It has a Zacks ETF rank of 1 or strong buy.
Okay. Lastly, Indonesia. Now, that's a country you don't hear a lot about.
Yeah. That country also has been growing very strongly in recent years, like 6 to 7% growth, mainly due to rising middle class and booming consumption in the country. Okay. 2 of the top rating agencies now have investment grade rating on Indonesia. And there are 2 ETFs which provide access to the Indonesian equity markets. The first one is Market Vectors Indonesia ETF. The ticker is IDX with a ZAX rank of 1 or strong buy. And the second one is iShares MSCI Indonesia ETF. The ticker is EIDO and it has a ZAX rank of 2 or buy.
Okay. We're going to keep tabs with you and count on you to keep us updated on any changes to the country outlooks
Yeah, sure.
that you've come out with as the year progresses. Do you own any of these ETFs?
No, I don't. And I would like to just add that the reports on all these ETFs are available on the ETF section of the
website. Absolutely. I was just about to say that. You can access the ETF section of Zacks.com's website by going to the homepage, Zacks.com, and scrolling down the page until you get to the ETF module near the bottom, and then click on those links in that module. It'll take you right to the ETF section of Zacks.com, where you can read all the interesting reports and research that Nina's group turns out. With Nina, I'm Terry Ruffalo.